On this episode, I get really pissed at the lurkers. This is Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is episode 129 of the Ask Gary V Show. I'm in a good mood. It's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Facebook Live, good to see you. Excited, getting into the weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Got a couple of wuzzles in the house. Actually, you know what, D-Rock, real quick, just shoot right over there to that little sign. Just want people to take a look at that. Just maybe because, super random. The other thing I want to do before I get into the show is to throw a dramatic right hook here right now. I feel like a lot of the lurkers, specifically watching in Facebook, have not been leaving comments, have not been coming out of the woodworks, have not been saying hello. Right? I also feel that a lot of people have been watching the show. I see the numbers and the amount of comments and shares and likes, which then help me get distribution in a Facebook newsfeed world, are way too low. As a matter of fact, Facebook Live people right now, if you're watching, you can share, comment, and like, especially the share button. I want more distribution. I want the show to grow. I'm throwing a right hook, Steve. I mean, I think it's fair. It's a free show. I feel like I'm PBS. I'm the modern PBS, right? I'm not charging. I just need some support. And the thing that's really pissing me off is there are people actually, this is back channel information I have, conversations I've had, some random emails. People actually are not sharing this show, are not hitting the share button right now. That is yes, I want you to hit the share button. I'm gonna click that share button, see every single person that shared, and anybody that didn't share that I know has been watching the show. I'm going to, kill you. So, am I allowed to say that? Would legal be a little worried about that?
I would listen to talk to you.
All right, you know what, D-Rock, when I said kill you there, put a little asterisk meaning, I'm just kidding, I would never kill you. But there are people that are actually not sharing the show because they want to use the information as their secret sauce. Can you imagine?
I can pretty easily imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're...
I'm not saying I do it. I'm just saying it's not inconceivable.
Oh no, I'm not saying that that's why you're saying it. I'm saying it's because you're cynical to the audience. You actually hate the audience.
That you just took a really big leap between those two statements, Gary.
I'm just kidding. But share. D-Rock, do something there. Like, actually, you know what? I want you to create something right now. Edit this, and then we'll use it all the time. And when you edit it, D-Rock, give like fire and like crazy stuff. Share alert. Share. All right, India. All right, India. You'll see what this all was in a separate video that D-Rock made me do. I hate this. We're definitely never doing this again. Like, I'm doing something I hate. I don't even do this at like, oh yeah. India, let's get into the show. Good job, India.
All right, Clintus.
Clintus asks, when your business is successfully growing, when do you start another and how much time do you devote to it?
I think it comes down to who you want to be as an operator. Travis Kalanick, CEO of Uber, really taught me a lesson a couple years ago when Uber was starting to take off. He became the CEO. We did angel deals together, and I was pinging him about this hot angel deal, and he said, no, I don't do angel deals anymore. And then I pinged him about a talk, and he goes, no, I'm not gonna talk. And like, it was just very focused, and then, you know, he's basically in that Bezos, Steve Jobs, Zucks mold, which is, this is it. This is it. This is the job I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, and this is my career. I already clearly am on my second, you know, oofy business. I think I've got 2 more, 3 more in me, and so I'm gonna be an entrepreneur that has, you know, 4 or 5 businesses, is my intuition. India, Clintus, and so I think it comes down to who you are, right? And what you want, like what's the size level of a business that gets you to go into a different place. I mean, VaynerMedia next year, revenue-wise, is going to substantially probably pass Wine Library's biggest year of revenue. So I'll be going into new territory. Am I an entrepreneur that likes that $50 to $100 million revenue place and I go away, or am I gonna see, like, it really just comes down to a lot of different circumstances. I do think that you need to question the question. which means if you're already asking me this question and thinking about going on to the next thing, you need to figure out how much you love the current thing at all. Are you just trying to pass it away? I think there's a more interesting insight to that. I think everybody who's watching the show needs to think about, are they happy with their business? Is there, there's businesses that you could be making $200,000 a year in that could be holding you back because it's a ton of money. You might just not like it. And so I think there's the like factor. For me, I will run this business, VaynerMedia, as CEO, as long as I love it. That's really the answer. I mean, I'm glad I got to stick here because I kind of used a financial proxy as the justification, but to me it's as long as I love it. I mean, and so it could be, but my intuition tells me I've got a couple more. So I think it comes down to you, and I think it also comes down to infrastructure. If Brandon Warnicki and Justin Novello and Bobby Schifrin and John Casames and Brian Delatorre and Jeff DeRose, if they weren't in place at Wine Library, along with my dad, I would still be there. VaynerMedia, I mean, some of you have been here for a while. VaynerMedia is in a hell of a lot of better shape today for me not to be around than it was a year ago. I mean, a hell of a lot. We've gotten dramatically more senior, people have grown, but I think it's still maybe a couple years away before I can feel like it can sustain and grow without me, and so that is also, the practicality of these decisions matters as well. India, wait a minute, how do we not talk about this? Because we talked about it in real life. Vayner Nation, look at this. I mean, India, talk about kissing up to the boss, Stunwin. Do you see? India's gonna go to a lot of Jet games this year. Taking her to a lot of games.
First football game.
That's crazy, India. Side question a day, how many football games have you been to in your life? I just want to see how many goose eggs there are. # Team India. All right.
This is from my dad, John.
What did you say?
This question's from my dad.
This question's from your dad?
Yeah.
The best part about this is your email to me is like, you think it's okay to take the question from your dad? You're such I really like your morals, India.
Thank you.
It would have been really, really funny if you just asked it and said, from John, and slipped it in there. All right, India's dad.
India's dad asks, how do I succinctly explain who you are and what you do to people who don't know you and aren't new media savvy?
How do I do that?
How would you explain this?
Me?
What you do?
Oh man, I wish this was the Ask Lizzie V show. My life, my life, she is my life. My wife thinks this is it is literally her favorite thing because we go to functions or meet a new couple. They're like, so what do you do? And she just gets a kick out of it because I think your dad, who's got some context on me at this point, recognizes it's not that easy. It's a long-winded answer. At this point, I do say that I'm an entrepreneur. I think it just saves time, but then there's a part of me that feels like that's a fluffy kind of answer. And so I also lately, that's actually not true. I was going entrepreneur for a while, but right now, lately, I'm very hardcore. I'm the CEO of a large social and digital agency, and I'm the lead partner in a $25 million venture fund. And I'm also the host of the Ask Gary V show. I don't say that yet, but I'm starting, I snuck it in the other day. So, I love talking about myself, so I always love that question, and I drag it out for as long as they'll keep listening, and but that's what I've been doing at this point. Oh, that's cool.
San Francisco Pride.
That's an amazing picture.
It's really good.
All right, D-Rock, I'm sure you're editing that in perfectly. Great job.
Digital Jeff asks, how important is it to love the product that your company sells? Would you hire someone who had never used your product? And can being too much in love with your own product work against you?
To me, if we're talking about from a sales standpoint, I think that this is probably the big.
Yeah, battery. Just get 2 new batteries real quick.
Okay, cool. But this is rolling the whole
Yep.
time. Now, are they picking it up on the?
Yep.
They're picking this all up,
Yep.
right? So this is all rolling in black and white,
Yep.
right? This is all black and white, right?
Yep.
Take it up, that's for you. All right, Vayner Nation. Let's do something secret. I've got a big idea. Let's all hit up at D-Rock on Twitter, right? Oh, he sees it.
See this when he edits it, Gary.
I'm so pissed. Oh, I got Facebook Live. Eat crap, D-Rock. All right, Facebook Live. How many people are watching?
1,800.
Perfect, 1,800. I want all 1,800 of you to do the following thing. What's D-Rock saying? At D-Rock NYC?
Yeah, can you go get me a glass
Go-
of water?
go back
Get
out.
me a glass of water.
Yeah, we're kicking you out so we do something, D-Rock.
At David Rock NYC.
David Rock? Or D-Rock?
Someone else
David,
has to-
David Rock.
David Rock, at David Rock NYC. Just hit him up with like hashtag audio fail. And then a wink and a love because he's the best guy. Okay. All right, D-Rock, where are
He
you?
actually went to get me a
He
water.
actually-
God, he's the best guy. All right, back to you guys in black and white. Oh, D-Rock, I love it. He's so sad. He's so great. Like, he has so much pride and skills. But
water.
he,
This is so cute. Thank you.
Thank you, D-Rock.
Thank you so much.
This is a classic. This is the golden era. I love it. Batteries. And listen, it's just batteries. I mean, what are you gonna, you know, batteries. Antonio Allen was just cut by the New York Jets, one of my favorite players of all time in New York, number 39. He was cut
This is the injury?
because of the injury. It's tough.
Makes sense.
It's a rough game. So Antonio, thank you so much for the years in green and white, number 39. Much love. Okay, let's. I don't know where I was because D-Rock ruined the show.
Let's give that another try. Digital Jeff asks, how important is it to love the product that your company sells? Would you hire someone who had never used your product? And can being too much in love with your own product work against you?
Yes, I would tell you that it's the single most important thing. I think the reason that I'm a great salesman is that I really fundamentally believe in everything that I'm selling. The advice here, my books, wine that I recommend. I'm about to do an Instagram wine offer for the first time in a coupon right after we tape this. Like I really believe in this rosé. This is, I know it's a little side thing. Sorry, Steve. Steve's my wine boss. And so hashtag wine boss. Show him and show hashtag wine boss. Love it. So we're kooky here on Friday. Mainly your fault, D-Rock, for the battery thing. And so I can't wait for the edit of this. Ooh, remember the oak monster?
I was just gonna say it looked exactly like the
D-Rock,
old
the share monster. When the share monster comes out, you have to stop what you're doing and hit the share button on Facebook. All of you on live, you have to do that right now. Sid the intern, have them say yes, they just did it, and see how many yeses you got. And if you don't count to 1,900 to match the thing, start yelling and getting crazy in there. All right. You have to sell what you believe in. The reason salesmanship has a bad name is because 98% of salespeople don't believe in what they're actually selling. They're just going for the commission. The money is what drives them, not the pride and the lifetime value of selling something good. When you sell something you believe in, you get so much more money out of it because people come back. Guys, it's all about the second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth and ninth and 10th and 11th and 12th and 13th and 14th and 15th and 16th and 17th and 18th and 19th and 20th sale, not the first one. And what happens is, if you actually really believe in what you're selling, it gives you more conviction to and belief that you're gonna get that sale. And I believe in that tremendously. That's why I think a great salesperson, somebody that truly believes and are passionate about what she or he sells, is the number one kind of person in the world, and that's what I focus on. And so I think it is the prerequisite to being successful. You need to be blindly, the way you think your children are the most beautiful and the smartest, that's the blind faith you have to be having in what you sell.
Part two of the question says,
Oh, there's a part two of the question?
well, us him being too much in love.
No.
No. Okay. Okay.
No.
Checking.
Blind faith. India?
All right, it's from Kelsey Humphreys.
Okay, Kelsey. Great background, great lipstick.
Hey Gary Vee, it's Kelsey Humphreys. We are taking a quick break from shooting The Pursuit, and I thought I would send you a question, but I have to say you are killing me because I keep recording questions for you, and then I go to post it, and you already posted like 3 new episodes and 4 long Facebook posts, and you answer my question. So I hope that this question makes it into the golden era of episodes.
It's a real
My
fan.
question is about having 2 different audiences and how you juggle them. For example, the audience for Ask Gary Vee is very different from your ideal client for VaynerMedia.
Yes.
And for me,
Good observation.
I get a lot of opt-ins and a lot of traction and comments from my audience when I talk about how I'm still a rookie and my show's only 6 months old and I'm still figuring out what I'm doing. They love that. But I'm worried about potential guests and potential sponsors not wanting to work with someone whose content is about how they're a rookie. And I think a lot of people deal with this when they're trying to take their client base to the next level, but the content that they've been putting out is on the previous level. So tell us what to do about that, Gary. Thanks.
You got it, Kels. This is a very easy question to answer for me. The answer is the part where I sell for clients, I'm selling them the services of VaynerMedia. In the beginning, my ability, and now our agency's ability to help use social media to drive business results. And that's just a separate entire conversation from the content of this show that is helping a lot of entrepreneurs. This is not made for brand managers and CMOs of Fortune 500s, other than the ones that are passionately pursuing other interests, maybe financially, or thinking about outside the corporate environment. And so this skews more entrepreneurial and things of that nature. And I think that you can't be crippled by that. It sounds like to me that, in the way you asked it was a great question. My curiosity is, are you using the show as a gateway drug to clients? That's where your rub is. For me, I'm not using this show as that. And so, I'm not concerned about they're very church and state. If you view that what you're doing on this show or how you're going about it is the same service that you're then selling to a client, well then you've got a problem, because you're admitting to them that you're only so far along the way. And so me being a personality around business questions is very different than me being an operating CEO of a large-scale social and digital shop that helps clients execute creative and strategy in those channels. It ties in a little bit because I use my tactics like the Sugar Monster. Is there like fire? Yeah. To learn what that means, and then maybe a Dove soap or a Toyota can use those tactics to make those things happen. But I think that's the disconnect.
Only one you need.
Only one you need.
Instead of doing a forum, because you talked about forums
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago, have you considered
You're the only one I need. What? I need. Did you notice what I said? You're the only one I need. I'm amazing. Mom, you heard. Mom, you really brainwashed the shit out of me. Self-esteem for days.
Only One You Need asks, instead of doing a forum, have you considered using a private Facebook group for the Ask Gary Vee show?
Cool, that's a great idea. It's something that I haven't done. I noticed one of the fans jumped in and created one. It's something that's run through my mind. Actually, I think this question is going to spur me to do it. So at the end of the Golden Era, in episode 131, we will announce a private Facebook group just so I can test it. So that's some work for you guys. Cool, great question. All right, hope you have a great weekend. Question of the day is, what are your weekend plans, lurkers? If you don't know what a lurker is, if you didn't watch Wine Library TV, a lurker is somebody who watches this goddamn show, siphons all the information for free for themselves, and doesn't have that gene in their body to know that I am feeding off of, not cash, I am feeding off of engagement, content, shareability, all these nice things. And so lurkers, please come out this weekend. This sits the whole time. Please come out. YouTube lurkers, all of you. Podcast lurkers who haven't reviewed them. Lurkers, you're pissing me off. So right hook heavy, Ask Gary Vee show. You keep asking questions and commenting, or I won't answer them anymore. I'm really, I think you guys are getting my tone here, right? I'm pissed. The lurkers, they're like Patriot fans. So you keep asking questions, I'll keep answering them. Hey, Andy. What's he doing? It looks like he's being very serious looking at his phone. Oh, I can crush Andy's head. I got you, Andy. Crushing your head. Crushing your head. Amazing. All right.